Howdy folks, Stray Cat 74 here. Welcome back to the Basement of Solitude. This is the November of the year that won't end, also known as 2020. Channel update. I've got a little scotch in my glass, and that's about the first sip that's the third sip I've taken in the last hour. But, just wanted to let you know what was going on. The tone rings on my car were shattered. I had to put my car in the shop to get both left side tone rings and axles replaced. That cost me $1,700. Ernie and Alex donated to help me get that fixed. They donated a total of $75. Thank you very much, guys. Do appreciate it. It didn't go very far, but it allowed me to eat last month, so thank you. Near the end of October, one of the clips on the axle, one of the axles that got replaced, broke. So my car stopped moving, and I had to put it back in the dealer. Fortunately, the part was under warranty. They replaced it. It just took them 2 weeks to replace an axle, which is a 3-hour job, according to the books. C'est la vie, which is French, or French for such is life. Anyway, car's back working again, and now I'm having brake problems. The car is 14 years old. I don't know when its last brake job was. I'm starting to get a grinding noise coming from the driver's front, and it turns out the inside pad isn't anymore. So it's like $50 for pads, and it's $100, or I think it's it's $103 for each rotor, and I've got to do both at the same time to keep the car balanced. So that's more money I don't have, because I just paid this month's everything, and I think I've got $100 in my account to last me to Friday. You know, it is what it is. You know, at least bills are paid. I have not a lot of food, but I have food. It's pretty damn cheap. A lot of ramen noodles, some canned soup and stuff, but I'll survive. I've lived on worse. I mean, if you want to donate, please feel free. There'll be a link in the description box below where you can PayPal me some money. It's paypal.me/StrayCat74 or _74. It'll be in the description box. I'll always accept donations. If you want to see something particular on my channel, leave a comment in the comment section below. I've been working sorting garbage during a global pandemic. We just had the election last Tuesday. And that's as much as I want to say about it. Actually, I will say one more thing. In 2016, the candidate that I voted for got 4 million votes. And that was goofball Gary Johnson. This year, we had a much stronger candidate, much more intelligent, much more likable candidate, and she got 1.7 million votes. Less than half. I'm a libertarian. Not by inclination. But, I mean, let me explain it this way. I've explained this to other people before, so I'll explain it to you guys. If you were to lock me in a room with unlimited scotch, unlimited food, and unlimited internet, and locked me in there for the rest of my entire life so that, I could just be the happiest little me I could be, I would be a conservative Republican. I would make Ronald Reagan look like... I'd make Ronald Reagan and Rush Limbaugh look liberal. But that's just me. When I deal with other people, I'm a libertarian. I don't know what's best for you. You don't know what's best for me. I'm not going to tell you how to live. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. I just want the government the hell out of your business and out of mine. Lowest possible government we can get away with having. Lowest taxes. Get them out of the way. Let us just do our thing. There's my political views in a nutshell. And ye harm none, do as thou will. To quote an interesting piece of poetry. For the record, you can see how much is in there, and I've only taken 2 or 3 sips off of that. It wasn't quite to here. I'm just getting enough to roll across my tongue and get some flavor. It was a gift from a friend, so I'm trying to enjoy it. They can't exactly buy me a bottle of scotch every month, but I'm trying to make this one last. As far as drinking goes, because I've done a couple of drinking videos, I also know most of those videos don't have a lot of views, but that's okay. I tried a hot toddy for the first time last night, and I used what I had available. Matter of fact, it was where did it go? Here it is. Slow and Low Rock and Rye. This is actually pretty good stuff. I put a 1.5 ounce pour into that glass. I gotta wash this glass out because it got used last night. So 1.5 ounce pour in here. Then I added some lemon juice, a dash of clove, and then 3/4 of a cup of hot water and a heaping tablespoon of honey. Mixed it up real good, and it was actually really good. I'd heard of hot toddy, or as the Irish would call it, a hot whiskey, for a number of years, and I didn't know what it was. Well, I had one last night, and I actually quite enjoyed it. I quite frequently, I've got maraschino cherries, and yes, it is that big. This was $20, and I've been working on this one for a while. But maraschino cherries, Angostura bitters. I will do a flavored water only because it's here, in place of a simple syrup, and do an old-fashioned. So I'll do a 1 or 2 shots of some kind of whiskey, maraschino cherry or 2, and a 3 or 4 dashes of bitters and some simple syrup flavored water. And that's what I've been drinking more often than not. This is a nice, well-peated, slightly smoky scotch that I'm working on. Like I said, this was a gift. Don't judge. I would love to be able to give you tasting notes, but my nose is usually so clogged I can't smell. So taste is, I can taste the smoke. That's most definitely there. Anything else, not so much. But I'm still working. I'm still drinking. And I'm not really getting a lot of interaction with my viewers as far as what they want to see. You know, if you want to see me do more gaming stuff, I mean, I get 2 days off a week. You know, I get about an hour a day either before or after work where I could do some gaming videos. If you want me to get back into that. I can do some more black powder stuff. Matter of fact, without looking, if I reach down here, I gotta reach back further, it fell down. And right about there, got my black powder pistol. Oh, that's right. I took the cylinder out because it was starting to rust. So I sprayed it down with a little oil, put it in a sandwich baggie, and stuck it in my possibles bag. So I've got my black powder pistol. I've got my black powder rifle. Going out to shoot right now is a little bit more difficult. The land where the fire break is, which is where I did most of my shooting, has been sold off to somebody that's going to be putting in a solar farm. So all of that's going to get leveled and it's going to get fenced off and nobody's going to go in there anymore. Second is that might take a year for them to get around to it, but until then, at the moment, it's bow season. Not even archaic weapon, just bow and crossbow season, and turkey. I think it's turkey season as well. This is the first weekend in November. I live in the middle of Wisconsin. At any given point in time, there's 500,000 hunters out in the woods right now, in Wisconsin alone. That's what, like the 4th or 5th largest army on the planet? Something like that. Yeah, a lot of people out there hunting right now. So I'm not going to be able to take a black powder or, you know, one of my other rifles out there to shoot because, well, people are actually trying to hunt. That would be inconsiderate. I could go to the public range, and I guarantee you it's going to be crowded. I hate crowds. But in any case, I've been rambling for 12 minutes, so I'm still here. I'm still working 50 plus hours a week with an hour drive each way. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see. I can do more reloading videos. I can do more prepping, camping videos, gaming videos, WoW 76, Fallout 4, tanks, Minecraft. You know, there's a list. I also want to get into that harebrained schemed BattleTech game. It was bought for me as a birthday present last year. I think I played it once, and I haven't gotten back to it. So I could start doing that. If you'd be interested in that, like I said, leave a comment in the comment section below, and as I can, I'll throw that together. Other than, I'm still here. I'll still make videos. Tell me what you want to see. I really don't have anything else to add. On a slightly personal note, a friend of mine invited me over for pizza today. And then said, there's the flour, there's the yeast. Would you make us pizza? Well, okay. So I brought over my KitchenAid mixer. Look up on the internet Wolfgang Puck's perfect pizza dough. It'll make 4 6-inch pizzas. And it's actually surprisingly good. I changed the proportions ever so slightly. I used a little bit more honey than the recipe calls for. The recipe calls for 1 teaspoon. I used 1 tablespoon. Toppings are, you know, whatever you enjoy. They had a can of generic tomato sauce. I threw it in a pan, spiced it up a little bit with some fresh garden basil, that they had just picked out of their garden, some thyme, some oregano, and garlic salt. I like garlic. I like salt. I prefer them separate so I can control the proportions. I have no idea what proportion garlic salt is. And to get as much garlic as I like, you have to put in too much salt. No, I don't like it. I like a lot more garlic than I do salt. If it was like a 4-to-1 ratio, that'd be fine. Hell, even a 2-to-1 ratio of garlic to salt. But I don't think that's the way they do it. But in any case, I used some of that, put it on a low simmer for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally while I made the pizza dough. Let it rise for a half hour, cut the dough ball into 4, as it turned out, unequal balls, or pieces, and then rolled those into balls, then rolled those out, and then hand tossed, which is something they had never seen. I used to work at a place called Papa Gino's. They are actually still in business if you live in New England. They used to hand make their dough every single day. And they'd make a huge 75-pound batch of the dough and then cut it into dough balls, proof them overnight, and then go from there. Same idea, only these were only proofed for a half an hour. So I rolled it out, and then I was hand tossing. And more than once, tossing with just one hand. They'd never seen that before, which amazes me because they really like pizza. And there's a couple of places around here that do some okay pizza. But, browned up some sausage, threw some pepperoni. Yes, there was pineapple. You can not like pineapple if you want. I happen to like pineapple a little, not too much. Pineapple can easily be overdone, but just enough to give it a little bit of sweetness. So on a 6-inch pizza, I had 6 chunks that I kind of broke up and spread around a little bit. Some mozz, a little cheddar, and it was really good. It was actually quite nice. Prepping the pizza took longer than cooking the pizza, because that's always a thing. And we had dinner, played video games for a little bit, and then they had to pass out because they hadn't slept in 2 days. So here I am, making this video, and it's 18 minutes. Very nice. So I handmade fresh pizza tonight because it's not difficult, it's just time consuming. And when you have a KitchenAid stand mixer, it makes a half-hour kneading process go in about 5 minutes. So anyhow, I'm going to let you get, and I'll catch you next time. Howdy folks, if you like today's video, please give me a thumbs up, hit the like, subscribe, the little bell icon, leave a comment section below, because YouTube changed the way their algorithms work, and well, if you don't comment, they won't update you when I upload new content. Don't forget, I have a Twitch, I have a Patreon, and I have a PayPal that you can donate money to me at straycat_74 at yahoo.com. So, from the Basement of Solitude, I'll catch you next time.